we're starting our live demo, our workshop for Reflection IO. So, how's everybody today? Excited about what you're about to see?
Yeah, sure. Very excited. Definitely.
Amazing. So let me introduce myself. My name is Gaia. I am the HR leader with 20 years of experience. I started in learning and development, then I switched to consulting roles, then I spent a couple of years in-house as the assessment leader. And now I'm the HR director. And this is why I'm super happy and excited to show you this platform, this tool that I, as the practitioner, as the HR practitioner, am very excited about. So let's jump straight to the point. So I will show you the reflection. Reflection is the platform that actually I can say that I dreamt of from the very beginning of my career in HR because a lot of things were so manual, not automated. And I even remember how 20 years ago, I, oh my God, can you imagine that? When the people, the employees of the bank, completed the tests, I had to transfer the written responses to the platform. So, yes, some companies did have the platforms. And then the platform analyzed, processed the results. And I'm so happy that we are not living in that time anymore. And now we have more of technology at our service. And I'm happy to show you the reflection. So here you see the administrator interface. And as you can see, there is a lot of analytics here. But later about the analytics, I would like to start with the very essence of the platform, the games. So I will start with the scenarios. This is the perfect option for your managers and your employees to train before they go to some actual conversation. And today I will focus on the feedback sessions because, well, honestly, feedback is something that not everybody has mastered yet. And this is the key skill of every manager. And if the managers master the constructive feedback skill, we can rest assured that the performance reviews and the development dialogues and salary increase conversations will always be productive and will always be on the positive note, even though the content may be not that positive. So here you can see different scenarios that you can choose from, depending on what is your objective. And as I've already mentioned, we'll start with the feedback today. And I will go to the games. And here I can create a new game for myself because I will be showing you the demo. And I'm choosing the role play with the AI player. And I'm choosing the scenario of a constructive feedback. And I'm choosing my player, alter ego as the player, and I'm saving it. And now I can go to the participants section and log in as guide the manager. So here the magic begins. Let's go to the games. So here I see the play button and I'm starting to play.
Correct in understanding that we will be discussing my latest results.
Yes, you're right. We're going to discuss your result. But before I start with my main questions, please tell me, what is your perception? So how do you evaluate your recent performance?
Overall, I felt confident and well prepared during the meetings. Clients seemed interested and engaged, but only 2 out of 10 actually placed orders. So I know there's room to improve.
Well, I would say that this is a very low result, and we cannot tolerate such low scores, such low conversion in our company. So, what are your ideas of why that happened?
I think I might have been too cautious about pushing for a close. I wanted clients to feel comfortable, so I avoided being aggressive. Maybe I missed chances to guide them toward a decision.
Okay, but why does it bother you so much about being insistent and assertive if you're working in sales?
It does worry me a bit. I don't want to seem pushy or damage relationships, but I know being more assertive is part of closing deals.
Okay, so what are the ways that you see for yourself that can help you work on this assertiveness?
I could practice being more direct when asking for a decision. Maybe set clearer next steps at the end of meetings. I'm also open to role-playing or coaching to build my confidence.
Well, yes, I think role playing is a good way for us to train, and I hope that it can help both of us and the company in general. I will stop here at this point, and while you're seeing how the system is analyzing the game, I will tell you a couple of things about what exactly did I do during the simulation. Of course, I exaggerated. Of course, me as a manager probably would never say that these results are so low, we cannot tolerate behavior like that. But of course, that's important for us to think about different scenarios, different behaviors. And actually, when the time is limited, people act in their easiest manners, right? So they choose the behaviors that they feel most comfortable with that do not require any additional cognitive effort. First of all, we can see the holistic result. So I gained 400 points on a scale from 0 to 1,000. Well, of course, it's quite a poor result. And yes, I can say that. Well, I did it only for 2 minutes, but let's dig a little deeper. So game evaluation. The overall score is 4. of 7 skills that were evaluated, my average is 4. Okay, let's take a closer look at that. We can see all 7 skills that were evaluated, and under each skill, we can see what was done well and what was not done in accordance with the description of this behavior. So, for example, it says that I opened the meeting by directly confirming the topic, but I did not express any gratitude for the employee's efforts. So, yeah, and the atmosphere wasn't positive at all, right? Then I did a little better on focusing on business objectives because, yes, I did reference the low conversion rate and I mentioned the KPIs, thus focusing my employee on business results. And of course, I will not be commenting each behavior, but what is really interesting, of course, there were no agreements secured, there was no positive conclusion, but at the same time, some skill adjustment, some developmental part of the dialogue did take place because I asked a question. So, what do you think can help you in improving this behavior of yours to increase the conversion rate? So, this is the first layer of the evaluation. The second level of evaluation is, of course, the video analysis. And here you can see different time codes that the system highlights in order for you to see what specific behavior, what specific phrase or word led to specific evaluation. Let's take a look at that. So here is the full video recording. And if I choose the yellow marks, they are the timestamps. And I see that the first timestamp is here on 19 second. And the system tells me that I began the meeting by confirming the topic, but missed the opportunity to thank the employee. And if I disagree, because I remember it differently, I can take a look at the recording and see that, well, actually, this is exactly what happened. And I can scroll other timestamps and see what were the conclusions and what were the actual sayings, actual words that I said or the employee said that led to this conclusion. Okay, now I'm ready to share the administrative panel of the platform. So what can we see here? We can see the overall score for a person, for each person actually, and for everybody on the company who has played some games. And we can see the participants, of course. We can see what the roles are, and we can see the analytics. The best thing is analytics, always. And we can compare people between each other. We can take a look at the evaluator consistency, what I mentioned before, when not only AI evaluates, but also the expert or several experts do. And speaking of the reports that are very important for learning and development professionals, for HR business partners, for managers, is of course to understand the dynamics. I can show you the example of my report for 2 days. So I played the game on March 3rd and on March 4th. And this is the PDF file that I can share with you and see how what is the progress, what is the dynamic. So I was training the competence that is called executive presence. And my first evaluation was 6.8. My second evaluation was 7.4. And here I can see the dynamics. So what worked better in the first attempt, what worked better in the second attempt, and not only the scores I'm able to see here, but of course, all the strengths, the gaps, and recommendations in accordance with my performance during this role play are available to me, to my manager, and to my HR. And also, the system provides me with the development recommendations. It offers me to identify the strategic development priorities. Then, of course, it even gives me the very specific plan, the action plan, right? So what do I need to do in the month 1, month 2, and month 3? And not just the goals that I have to achieve, but also the actions that I need to take. And the best part for me as the HR practitioner is success metrics. This is the best part of it because almost all trainings and evaluation programs, they lack real traction and real success metrics, business connected success metrics. And here we have them. I think that this is it from the demo perspective, and I will be happy to answer all your questions.
Can you show me how the scenario builder and skill builder work?
Thank you so much, Peter. Of course, I will show it to you. So here we can see the scenario builder. So first, we see different scenarios. And even for the existing scenarios, we can adapt them. We can edit them. We can take a look at the insights. So what is it about? And for example, we can even change the competence that is being measured here. We can choose the character of the AI player. We can make them friendlier. We can make them more critical or super empathetic or very curious or the opposite, very assertive. And of course, the behavior of the AI player will be different depending on that. Here is the AI description. So what AI has to do. This is their prompt. And this is the scenario description for a player, so for the real person. And what is even more interesting that we can make those role plays between 2 real people. So it can be not the AI versus real person, but real person versus real person scenarios. Because Here, we can choose up to 20 participants. And this is a game changer. So going back to your question, Peter, here we can choose the duration of the game, duration for the preparation time, and we can even add the questions that the players have to answer in the end. And of course, we have the opportunity to create our own scenarios from scratch. Here's how you can actually create a brand new AI player, a brand new scenario, and you can actually ask the AI to help you because there's also the AI generate option. So here we have the menu of competences. We can see the list of the competences and the skills that each competence is broken down in. So we can see the full list of the skills here. So here's how we can see that constructive feedback competence consists of these 7 behaviors or skills like positive atmosphere, focus on business objectives, etc. And we can adjust these behaviors, the skills, in accordance with the specifics of your own competency model. And here, for example, this is how it looks. I can also show you a different example, even more elaborated. For example, in the competence executive presence, here we have like command in the room behavior. And here is actually like three levels of description. So body language, voice and pace. So what is the inefficient behavior? What is efficient behavior? And what is actually even exceeding the standard of this specific behavior? And this is how the system makes the even more accurate evaluations. So, okay. So I see that there is no more questions. And I'm really grateful for all of you who have joined us today. And we will see each other on our upcoming webinars. And of course, we're waiting for you to test the platform. Feel free to send us the request and we will adjust your own and set up your own demo personal area for your company so that you can play around and see in which areas you can benefit from the platform.